Hello and welcome. You are watching News 9 Live. I'm Krishnakumar and we are getting you the latest on the cleanup of the NEET mess. We here at News 9 Live have been getting you all the latest on the mess up in the NEET UG 2024 since day one. And here, in the latest, the Central Bureau of Investigation or the CBI's team has reached Patna and Godhra for the probe. Remember, the CBI has taken over the case from Bihar and Gujarat police, and the team has now reached Patna and Godhra to get the details of the probes that were carried out up until this point. An individual named Chintu Kumar, who was arrested in the NEET paper leak scandal, made some big revelations during his interrogation by the Economic Offences Unit of the Bihar police. He disclosed the names of many people involved in the paper leak case. He revealed that 10 to 12 copies of the question papers were printed using a Wi-Fi printer, so that it can help about 35 students memorize the questions and answers at Lord and Play School in Khemani Chak in Patna. He shared that the biology question paper and answers were the first to arrive, followed by physics and finally chemistry. Chintu also provided the NEET question paper to members of the Sanjeev Mukhia gang, enabling them to profit from the scheme. And to execute this entire conspiracy, this man bought 5 mobile phones and SIM cards from different companies using fake documents, and then used these numbers to communicate with his clients, Nitish Kumar, Amit Anand and others. However, when Sikandar and others were apprehended, they broke the SIM cards and discarded them at NIT Ghat. Meanwhile, in another parallel development, the Rajasthan High Court today issued a notice to the National Testing Agency as well as the centre. The court is demanding a response to a plea filed by NEET UG candidate seeking compensatory marks over the loss of time. As per the candidate, she should have been awarded grace marks due to a delay in allotment of the OMR sheet during the exam. In her petition, the aspirant claimed that she got the OMR sheet with a 25-minute delay. The court also sought the response of the National Testing Agency or NTA and the centre on petitions seeking the cancellation of the NEET UG 2024 exam. Remember, the court has now scheduled the hearing on the 10th of July, just 2 days after the Supreme Court of India is slated to hear the similar petitions on the 8th of July. Amid paper leak allegations, exam cancellations, protests are heating up both online and offline. The National Students' Union of India, NSUI, is staging protests at the Jantar Mantar in New Delhi. The Students' Union plans to take out a march to get out of the parliament on the day of the commencement of the first session of the 18th Lok Sabha. Let's first begin by taking a look at this ground report by our correspondent Shalini Vajpayee.
नीट परीक्षा में गड़बड़ियों के आरोप को लेकर यहां पर एनएसयूआई जंतर मंतर पर प्रोटेस्ट कर रही है और यहां पर छात्र संसद घेराव है और घेराव के लिए यहां से देखिए छात्र जंतर मंतर की तरफ बढ़ने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं और यहां पर मार्च करते हुए छात्र जा रहे हैं। इनको रोकने के लिए किस तरह से सिक्योरिटी का अरेंजमेंट है वो देखिएगा। दिल्ली पुलिस के साथ साथ जो पैरामिलिट्री फोर्स है वो भी तैनात है। तो छात्र हैं एक तरफ जो कि यहाँ से निकल रहे हैं, जंतर मंतर मार्च करते हुए जाने की कोशिश करेंगे, वहीं दूसरी तरफ सिक्योरिटी है वो किस तरह से रोकेगी वो तस्वीर देखिए। तो सारा सिक्योरिटी भी है यहाँ पर ताकि कोई भी गड़बड़ी न होने पाए, कोई भी शांति व्यवस्था न बिगड़ने पाए। उसके अलावा छात्र हैं और एनएसयूआई से जुड़े हुए कार्य।
And now joining us on this broadcast is Mr. Kapil Gupta, founder of NEETprep.com, and we have Dr. Pratik V Gond, Maharashtra State Secretary of IMA, also joining us. Thank you both of you for taking time out to be with us. Let me quickly begin with Dr. Pratik V Gond. Simple question to you. You have protests now taking place both for the cancellation of the NEET 2024 UG, and there are students protesting that there should be no Re-NEET as well. Which side do you stand with?
See, everything has every coin has two sides. Now, there are equivalent students who are saying that giving an exam again after 1.5 months is not possible for them. But the issue is, if the exam's integrity has been broken and we do not know, and we are just seeing the tip of the iceberg, we do not know how many are involved. We do not know exactly what is the status of present, like the number of students who are involved in this issue. So basically, even if the Re-NEET is considered, a proper amount of time should be given to new, students to prepare again and revise again. And if the probe says, like now the CBI probe has been ordered, and we were the we had also given from the IMA Junior Doctor Network that we needed a CBI probe for this matter. We are thankful to the government that the inquiry has been handed over to CBI now. If it is found that the things are very fishy, a re-NEET should be considered, and it should be fair for everyone. So the time should be allotted to prepare, so that everyone will be benefited from it.
Okay. Kapil Gupta, let me bring this back to you. You are seeing all these developments just as the 18th Lok Sabha session begins. Do you think this is a damage control measures being taken so that there is no political blowback once Parliament begins?
It can be said that, but in all fairness, any next decision with respect to conducting the exam again or not has to be preceded by some level of investigation. Till now, the position of NTA and the government has been that these leaks are localized, these are cases of cheating. They mentioned in their last FAQ cheating/impersonation. They don't say that these are cases of mass leaks. So till the time that is established, there is no basis on which re-NEET can happen. So hopefully CBI does it fast. Hopefully they understand that they have to, or rather NTA and the government has to go back to the court on 8 July and give a tangible response. So I think that response comes out of two things. They've constituted a high-powered committee headed by former chairman of ISRO, K. Radhakrishnan, to look into what went wrong in NTA and what needs to be done to fix it. And second thing is the CBI probe. A combination of these two has to come together before 8th of July to be presented in front of the court. And court might very well say, you know what, it doesn't look good. We want to conduct the exam. Government might say before the court hearing that we have seen CBI report, it justifies the re-NEET, or government might say we were right, these were isolated cases of cheating or impersonation and we don't think a re-NEET is required. So this is how I think it would pan out, but it makes sense that someone properly investigates and that becomes the basis for a massive decision like re-NEET.
Right, but the fact of the matter is that, Kapil, you have the CBI inquiry now coming in at a time when 1,563 students have already taken a re-NEET for those who are given the grace marks. You know, and out of which...
Okay. I mean, that's okay. Out of 1,563, something like 850 students attempted, they can keep the same marks. They can be asked to give again if they want to, but
which means some of them will be giving it thrice. Some of them will be giving it thrice. The NEET will be given by three times over.
Yeah, it's some kind of comedy of errors. I don't know. You know what? We are at best speculating. There is the tangible thing has to happen on the part of the government, and if not the government, on the part of the court. And I think an investigation from CBI. My perspective is need to happen to establish the case for a re-NEET or not. Otherwise, what is the basis of doing it? Everyone says that, see, it has happened in two places. We live in world of WhatsApp and internet, so it must be there with everyone. But that has to be established, right?
Right. Dr. Pratik V Gond, the issue here is that we don't know, even at this stage, what's going to happen with the NEET exam, despite the fact that initially, when it all began, the NTA completely denied the chance of a paper leak. The NTA was not transparent in the beginning. Now you have the NEET's DG asked to step down. You have a CBI probe ordered into it. How long are we going to wait before we get some kind of finality? There are students and parents going through extreme anxiety as we speak.
That's very true. That's very true. Even the education system, we recently released a letter day before. NEET PG was also cancelled a similar way. NEET PG was yet to be conducted a day on 23rd of June, and they decided to cancel it on 22nd night. No, that is not the way to cancel a national level exam. Even a NEET PG examination is given by almost 3 to 4 lakh students, and everyone had reached their centers. So basically the issues are many students are at stake. 25 lakh students for NEET UG, NEET PG, almost 5 to 6 lakh students, and also they have cancelled NEET SS. So that is the super specialty examination. Even that is given by almost 1 to 1.5 lakh students. So basically, it is a issue of all the students in medical education, and it is a very sad state of affair for medical education right now.
And it's not just
That
medical. It is not just medical affairs. You had the NET exams also being
and
cancelled.
that also is there 100%, but NEET primarily, NEET, be it UG, PG or super specialty, all three exams have suffered very drastically. For NEET PG, they first gave the date of conduction on 8 July, then they preponed it to 23, then now they have first initially, very initially it was to be conducted in March, then March, July, then June. Now again they have postponed it, and this is how it is going. So the authorities, the exam conducting authorities, need to take it very seriously and decide one date every time. They can't just keep changing dates every time. And yeah, with respect to the NEET UG thing, 25 lakh students are there. It is right, but the thing is, we can't be in a hurry. We need to let CBI investigate, and then because it has to be fair. Maybe 15 days, 1 month it would take, but it should be fair. We can't just be unfair to many students who have worked for almost 2 to 3 years, because everyone starts preparing for NEET UG from almost from their ninth or 10th standard. So for a day, a week or 15 days, we shouldn't overlook over for the 4 to 5 years of preparation of students. So we know it is anxiety. We know everyone is very panicked. All the parents are worried. Students do not know whether they should study, they should not study, they should start preparing for next year. And the most important problem is to re-establish their faith that the exams are happening fairly. Because if the exams are not happening fairly, there is no point in giving the exam. Students will feel that whatever we do, we are not going to get good ranks because the exams are not fair anyway. So
Kapil
basically, we
Gupta.
need to give them the time.
Right, fair enough. Stay with us. Kapil Gupta, my question here at this stage is we've seen everything. We've seen NEET UG coming out of the cloud, NEET PG getting cancelled, you have NET getting cancelled, and you've seen NEET's Director General having to step down. My question is, does the NTA, National Testing Agency, need a complete overhaul? It conducts 20 plus national level entrance exams. Does it need to?
No, absolutely. And I think it is not restricted to only NTA. Across India, exam leaks. I come from Rajasthan. And Rajasthan, Ashok Gehlot government faced significant challenges in terms of paper leaks. So I think we have reached, in my mind, I would say government should look at this as an opportunity to take some drastic changes. I think there is consensus around the country that something needs to be done about this nonsense which happens every year. A big exam is under cloud. Exams are getting cancelled. I think government is doing right. They should not conduct the exam till the time they're absolutely sure what they're going to do. And they have taken the right step. They have whatever exam they have cancelled, if they delay CUET result, fair enough. Just fix this problem. In my mind, this is the CNG moment. No one was ready to implement CNG in Delhi. Supreme Court stepped in and they fixed the problem because there was no political consensus around it. Similarly, right now, if there are entrenched interests which won't let this lucrative bad money flow into the system, then probably either court will step in or Prime Minister or some other folks are going to come in and say, you know what, we need to fix it. We can't do this with our youth. In India, at any point of time, 1 to 1.5 crore people from age 17 to 25 are preparing for an exam to get into a good college or to get a good job. They deserve better. Otherwise, all these people are going to be wasting their time on the streets for no reason and getting cynical about the system, which they can serve so much better in coming years.
Right. The reason why I'm asking this question is that it's not just about taking drastic decisions. The NTA, for example, is a body that was constituted about 7 years ago, right? So, but my question here at this stage is that do we need to look at an alternate, way of conducting national level entrance examinations? More importantly, we've discussed this threadbare so many times. It cannot come down to one test-taking ability to decide who should be a doctor in this country and who should not be a doctor in this country. So
No,
this is an
absolutely.
overhaul of...
Yeah, go ahead.
One is the overhaul of the way we conduct these examinations and who conducts this examination. Maybe the Education Ministry itself can constitute a team and conduct this examination all by itself in coordination with the state governments across the country, and it does not have... Why do we need an NTA? Clearly the NTA is problematic, not just for NEET, but for other exams as well.
No, the logic behind NTA was sound. It has not panned out the way it was expected, but let us come down to practical solutions. In my mind, there should not be a single big exam like NEET, which happens at a particular time for 200 minutes. It should be decentralized. Let's say a step 1 exam happens at state level. Every state gives 20% of its best students, and there is an all India exam for those 20% students. So we are able to reduce 25 lakh students writing exam at one go to 5 lakh students writing exam at one go when we reduce it to 20%. Conduct it online, conducted multiple times a year. There are some very simple practical solutions problem, but what it does is, if there are multiple exams, the parent has to pay multiple time to the crime syndicate, which they won't do. It doesn't remain economical anymore. And it would become so much more difficult to just put the whole system into hostage, which is what has happened right now. There is serious issues. The government is also wondering whether we can come out with any result and we can conduct any exam without some leak happening and everyone showing up on the road.
Right. Dr. Pratik V Gond, you tell us, for as far as the medical profession is concerned, it's been said multiple times. So look at the way other countries do it. Look at the way the US does it. Look at the way the UK does it. Other countries, they don't depend on the test scores of one particular exam. At the end of the day, it is a comprehensive, holistic evaluation of somebody. Because at the end of the day, this person who's going to be evaluated is going to go treat patients and deal with life or death situations. Clearly, if they're good test takers, it doesn't mean they can become good doctors.
Exactly. So the basic first question what you asked about NTA, it is not just about NTA. It is something is wrong with the system only, because see, the NEET UG is conducted by NTA, but NEET PG is conducted by National Board of Examination, that is NBE. So NBE conducts many exams, and at one point of time we are talking about progress into a next examination, which will be conducted for all MBBS students centrally in stages. And at one point of time we can't even fix simple primary examinations, which are going to just make you qualify for the MBBS professional examinations. And we don't when I come to the second questions, we don't need to go to the outside countries like USA or UK pattern of examination. Even our IIT examinations, like the entrance examination for IIT, is conducted in 2 stages. That is, it has pre and it has mains. Civil services examination, it has pre, it has mains, and then the interview. It happens in 3 stages. Even NEET could be conducted in 2 stages. We can have a pre-paper and then after a filter. That's the same way the sir said that if we have a small filter, like if a pre-examination is conducted and then we have a mains examination, it would be a 2-step examination. Students would be filtered. Students would be giving the second examination, and there would be average of 2 examination scores. So the chance of such things occurring will be reduced,
right,
or to zero.
Right, Kapil, let me bring this back to you on a very important point. You're talking about, the crime syndicates and the nexus, and that's simply because paper leaks are not happening for the first time in this country. Even with NEET UG, it's not the first time that NEET UG has faced this paper leak situation. Is there a larger problem with these exams and crime syndicates which operate and target these exams and those who take these exams? And in that sense, it will need political will to completely clean up the mess.
No, I don't think corruption is going to go away, because in a private medical college, you have to pay 80 lakh to a crore. You get to do MBBS in a government medical college for as low as 50,000 rupees for 5 years, going up to around 6 lakh rupees for 5 years. So that gap is being exploited by the crime syndicate. But the interesting thing is, as soon as you decentralize and there is some kind of a pre-exam happening at state level, imagine considering the current situation, if there was a state exam, what would happen? Let us assume paper got leaked in Bihar. Let us assume paper got leaked in Gujarat. Those 2 states conduct their pre-exam again. But everyone is not stuck. Even if the Bihar paper got leaked to Rajasthan person, that is irrelevant because Rajasthan is having a different paper. That's how you break this thing down through a structural solution. It doesn't get solved by good intent. हम सब लोग को अच्छा इंसान होना चाहिए and we should not be corrupt. All of that, those things do not work when you look at things from a systemic and incentive level.
Dr. Pratik V Gond, I want to
Yes.
understand from your own experience, how often have you heard of the chances of a paper leak as far as NEET UG or NEET PG is concerned? And how different is what is playing out right now?
See, basically, since like I was the first one who gave NEET UG exam at around 2013. That was the first time NEET UG was conducted. Before that, there was a AIPMT and state level examinations were there. So basically, the idea behind NEET UG conduction of NEET UG was very proper. That one exam should be there because there are multiple registration forms and everything. So that is not feasible, and we have a good integrity about the exam also. We had like a good image about it for a very long time, but these things have increased in past 2 to 3 years for similar way for NEET UG and also for NEET PG also. We there were no evidence till yet. This time there are evidences, states, and there are multiple states coming in. So basically that's what initially I said, we are at the tip of the iceberg. We do not know what is there underlying, what is there submerged. We do not know how many are involved, how many states are involved, because it is very difficult to even believe that only two states were involved and only two people, like only few people from two states know. Basically it would be it will blow up. People will know, people will come forward that there this has happened in our state also. It's just that the investigation authority needs to find new ways, and that's why it is very necessary to establish the integrity of the examination. Because as a medical graduate, we need to understand that 25 lakh students will be giving the exam for like say 40,000 seats. So that is a very huge number competing for a very small number of seats. So the exam integrity is very important in
Right.
this kind of
And
scenario.
that has been completely compromised. Kapil Gupta, I wanted to
And
take
that is
a
completely compromised.
completely
Yes.
compromised. Kapil Gupta, I want to take a very important question from you. Even now, we have not heard of anything of what's going to happen to the counseling process, because that, as of now, the way things stand, that's going to continue. You know, after all of this, do you think the counseling process can be allowed to continue?
No, I don't think it is being allowed. Let us understand that the government is not foolhardy. They have moved fast. Uh, in 3 days after swearing in, Dharmendra Pradhan, our education minister, had said nothing has happened. NTA is okay, and he apologized 2 days back. And they have constituted a CBI inquiry. The high-powered committee looks good. So I don't think they are underestimating what is going on. Otherwise, they would not have done all of this thing. They would not have gone ahead and cancelled exams. They understand that there is a deep rut which needs to be addressed in a much more clinical way rather than kind of just assuming that things are going to go away. So I don't think they are going to even try doing counseling. They understand people are aggrieved. There has to be a good solution to the problem which satisfy people and make them go back home and focus on studies rather than focus on agitation. So I'm 100% sure absolutely no counseling is happening till the time a credible solution is found to the current impasse.
All right, Dr. Pratik V Gond, I want to take a closing comment from you as well. What do you think, at this stage is the best outcome possible? Because the CBI has just begun its investigation. It's going to take a while. Before that, you have the Supreme Court hearing on the 8th of July on the paper leak case petitions.
We need to give time. We have to establish the integrity of exam, so we have to give CBI the time they need. And as far as the investigation, because we are no one to give our opinions. Everything we say are based on our opinions, but we need things according to the investigation team and according to the proofs we have. So
Correct.
Supreme Court and Central Bureau of Investigations are the chief authorities involved in this. We should wait, we should give them time, and
Yeah.
we should establish the integrity of examination.
Except that that's any more time and that's more uncertainty, more anxiety and more frustration for the NEET aspirants. And in fact, we have Mr. Keshav Karunakar petitioner and father of NEET aspirant, also joining us on this broadcast. Keshav Karunakar, look at the developments of the last 24 to 48 hours. A CBI probe is now underway. You have the NEET's DG who's been asked to step aside. At this stage, you have protests both for the cancellation of NEET and against a re-NEET as well.
Yes, so I am against the re-NEET because people who have given exam, you understand the pain they go through. Government has taken steps by removing the DG. Government has taken to give it to CBI. These are the cases where cheating or paper leak or other things that has happened. To be very frank, if you look into today, the problem that we started with the rank inflation, nobody has talking today. Now we have to fight it out for no re-NEET, right? This is the adversity of the justice that we are at. Again, if you look back, again, I'm telling you that you look back top 13,000 students who have scored 675 marks. Every coaching institute can publish the result with the confidence that what is their confidence. These are the guys who have not done the cheating, right? Cheating has happened somewhere else. Some of the students may have got it, but it will be very adversary to the students to ask for reappearing. You see yesterday, only 52% people reappear. People who went to the court. From Chandigarh Center, 2 people who went to the court itself doesn't appear there. Right? So the students who are prepared, you understand the pain. Today it has become political issue. Nobody's talking about the main problem issues where there is rank inflation. We have to fight now for no re-NEET, but it's really adversary.
Well. This is a situation where there are no clear or easy answers, but I'm afraid we'll have to wait and watch as to how the events unfold. But for now, Mr. Keshav Karunakar, thank you so much for joining us. Dr. Pratik V Gond, and thank you so much for being with us. We're completely out of time over here. This is Krishnakumar signing off. Thank you so much for watching.